In the newest episode of Beyblade X, Multi invented the UX system, and luckily we Dom Club grabbed our hand on the first Beyblade that arrived on our mailbox, which is Wizard Rod. Alright, so the unboxing process is not so different, so we're just gonna go through it real quick. Just a color change to orange. Overall, Wizard Rod looks pretty cool. It's a pretty wide disc. As you can tell, the prongs are already plastic, and then there's also no clear piece in the middle protecting the sticker. That is really sad, but overall it seems like a wide and mostly flat shape. I would assume it's actually a pretty good attack blade. This is 5-70, so it's between the 60 and 80. We can look at it and see that there's actually an indication there's 4 lines on one side and 3 lines on the other side. Comparing to 5-60 and 5-80, tiny height difference. This is the signature DB of this Beyblade. DB, you can definitely say better LAD because of the disc ring. It's obviously useful from different generation already. For Beyblade that tilts, it would be really useful for bursting Beyblade, I think, in Beyblade X. Overall, comparing to the normal ball, I don't see much burst resistance difference or structural difference except for the extended disc. Adding on the Beyblade itself, it doesn't feel like it's much better locking. Either ways, it's very close to the normal ball bit. So I mean, it's an alternative. Maybe it would be a good use on the Phoenix Wing blade because apparently it works well with ball. So putting the Beyblade together is pretty simple. It's called UX, but technically it's just Beyblade X, just different blade and a little bit more crazy idea. Overall, it's pretty wide, big disc combined with a tall height. Maybe it's really good in stamina like everyone's hyping it on YouTube, but in battle, doesn't make a difference. That's really the difference, because in real life, you're not just gonna shoot a Beyblade and let it spin for however long, right? It's for battle. So let's see how this stock combo does when we put it to battle. I picked some opponents: Hell's Chain, Grand Dagger, Nightlands, and Phoenix Wing. We'll also battle Wizard Arrow, the previous pre-evolution, I guess. I mean, in the X concept, there's not really pre-evolution. It's like you can use multiple Beyblade. So just comparing the predecessor, I think that's the right word. Wizard Arrow definitely has a higher recoil design, but Wizard Rod has a way bigger disc. Overall, they are not really similar in terms of performance. We can definitely see there's more tilting in Wizard Rod already, and with the DB disc, with the wider disc, it's definitely helping in LAD. But for Beyblade, that's why I think it's actually more scraping than LAD. Plus, you just want to spin sideways to attack people at this point in Beyblade X, to burst people's ratchet basically. Let's do one more round to see how it goes. We can definitely see Wizard Arrow has the high recoil, 2 little arrow point on the side. But now it's just a stamina battle. It shouldn't be much difference, and actually Wizard Arrow won. So let's see next one. We got Grand Dagger. We can see Wizard Rod already stands in the middle, which is a big problem in Beyblade X, because if you stand in the middle, you just get hit by Extreme Dash, and we're definitely showing this right now. So, it also got bursted pretty easily. Burst resistance is not that good, huh? I mean, look at it, standing in the middle. I mean, if you're launching in a tournament, you probably take half side of the stadium, but the launching technique would be pretty important, so that you don't just stand still in the middle and get hit. Looking at the wide size of the Beyblade, such a big disc, it's definitely able to stop Beyblade getting onto the extreme rail. As you can see, it probably blocked Grand Dagger like 2 to 3 times already. Next up, we got Hell Chain. I feel like this is actually just a bigger version of Hell's Chain. The blade itself, it looks very similar, although not as curvy. So let's see how it goes. Oh, it just got pushed out like nothing. I mean, a lot of Beyblade YouTubers are like, oh, such a big disc, it's not gonna get knocked out. I'm telling you, it's getting knocked out all the time. Stop hyping this bit. It's useful, but not for knockout resistance. It's not trivial. So now we got another round of Hell's Chain battling Wizard Rod. We can see it turns into a stamina battle. Obviously, the ball bit is good in stamina, and the bigger, wider blade helps it balance a little bit if possible. Let's just do one more round and see how it does against Hell's Chain, because Hell's Chain is still pretty good. It got bounced upward actually. Upper bouncing. We can see a lot of jumping in this battle. This is kind of weird to watch, but now that it just turns into a stamina battle, I would suppose Wizard Rod to win, because it got a wide disc and a ball bit. No reason to lose. Alright, good one. Next up, we got Nightlands. Nightlands, it's definitely a cool Beyblade. It always tilts. The main gimmick is actually tilting and then using the upper blade to burst other people. So with this height, 5-70 is actually probably helping a little bit to be immune to this kind of attack. It also tilts a little bit, so now it just turns into stamina battle. You can see Knight Lance doing that little like tilting thingy. But overall, I feel like it's not really that cool of a Beyblade. It's a big disc, probably good for attack because you can probably extreme dash and hit people out easier with the bigger disc, you won't miss. But stamina is doing okay, fighting against another stamina type. This time I actually got Wyvern Gale. It got knocked out easily. Next up we got Phoenix Wing. It's an attack type, so we'll know how that goes. If you stand in the middle, it's gonna get hit. It's a gear bit, it's just gonna destroy you. But overall, a 5-70 height is also a little bit fun because if you look at Phoenix Wing, it's a 9-60. And when it tilts, it actually gets bursted pretty easy because it's a 5-70. So burst resistance on Wizard Rod is not so good. So overall, for good parts, the blade and the disc, I would probably use the blade for like a clear flat and maybe a 5-60. And the DB on Phoenix Wing.